Here we go. Time to twerk. So I think the first thing we're gonna do is on the outfit, we're gonna create a modifier. Actually, we'll put this on the other objects in the low poly. We'll add on these. A data transfer set to the body that will extract the vertex groups. And we'll do nearest base interpolated. And we'll say generate data layers. Boom. Then we're basically just going to do the same thing here. Copy to selected and generate data layers. Then we go back to Unity export version of the outfit, and we can use my rapid update add-on. Yeah. And then on this one, we can add our armature mod. Use the rig. Yeah, I think we're going to start separating things by working files and then exports. Export. And then we can put here. Perfect. So now we have these two exports. Close these collections in the meantime. That way we are separating our working versions a little bit more clearly. I wish we could break this up a little bit more. Maybe I could do something like this, where we take these ones and we'll make these blue. These ones. And make them red. They'll be green. So it'll be green as well. Oh. Okay. By doing that, we can now, we'll take the rig. And I don't think I've renamed the rig yet, so we'll do that now. Go to ARP, miscellaneous, set character name. All right, looks like things are moving correctly. Birdiful. Okay, now in Unity, we're actually going to delete some stuff. We're going to take the FBX file, we're going to delete the outfit. Say delete, bam. Go to Grim here, delete that object, save, and then we're going to export the whole thing, the whole enchilada, using AutoRig Pro this time. Say fix rig. That's all good. Okay. Looks like everything's good to go. We need to go into our deform bones. make sure that, or maybe we'll do some pose mode. Make sure that our twist bones here are included. I believe that did both of them. In order to double check, we have to go to custom properties. Okay. That looks correct. Oh. Now export again. Perfect. There we go. Okay, exported. And then we just need to go to the FBX and include our outfit. Gorgeous, powerful, beautiful. Okay. Now, we gotta do some stuff. Our exports are fine and dandy, but for the body, low poly, there's more to do. I don't know why I don't want to enable all of them. Kind of frustrating, actually. Okay. So the deal is, when we are in Unity, we have this clipping here. We can see the body is very directly clipping. Excuse me. I'm gonna get rid of this little gap here by selecting the outfit. Rendering off, so that way we get the background. So pretty much, we want to turn off everything on the body. You know, this time I might actually just use a cutout texture instead. Those. Need to think about that. I feel like that'd be a little easier, to be honest. And my worry is that what? The shader won't load, but that's still the same, even if I use the UV discards. Yeah, you know what? We will use a cutout texture. So what that means is that we're going to go into Painter, go into the body, and we're going to paint where we want the body to turn off. So on the body, we're gonna go here. We'll take the template flat layer here, and we'll call this cut it. And we'll paint it bright red for right now so I can just see it. And I think what we'll do is we'll use a fill set to planar and no repeat. That way we can just kind of move it around. That's kind of cool, honestly. Mainly this is for the wrist. We get a nice slice where we're disabling it. Let's say right about there, so let's look at the Unity version. Go a little bit higher. Okay, something to that effect. You know what? We'll go the other way. Or we'll add another fill at the bottom. That's UV projection. And we're just going to fill up the whole thing. And this will repeat. Turn that on. Okay, perfect. This was going to go the other way now. We're going to cut out. That makes a little bit more sense. Maximum hardness. Yeah. And I'd say right about there. The other side of this little divot. Okay, so there's that section. And then we'll do cut out and subtract. Then we'll do another one. Start from scratch on this one. Because we're going to switch it up just a little. I'm going to do an alpha shape so that I can use one of these circles to subtract. Do something like this. All right, so now if I go here, turn off the color, and we turn on opacity. This should be what we're seeing. We'll do Shift-E. Hello, Riso. Welcome. How goes it? Doing well. Doing well. Well, thank you. Same to you. I was sick Monday and Tuesday, so I'm coming back full health. I've been working on our robot boy here. Trying to get him all nice and tidied up. Looks like there's a few gaps right here. Yes, there are. Saw that the avatar you're making is sick. I remember when you were first making the base. How long has it been already? Wasn't it months? It's been about 2 months at least. Ooh. At least. I overwhelmed myself with commissions, and now we're going to be working to finish out my commission queue completely. And then move on to just products after that. So it'll be interesting. A little bit of a switch up. Then there's me with my silly products. Finally made the outfit compatible with the Venus female base. And finally released it to Jinxie. Hey, that's awesome. That's good to hear. Very exciting. I'll send some screenshots. I do think that clothing for popular avatars is probably the best bet for stable income from products right now. So I can do product collabs and Jinxie. Oh, very cool. Didn't do any product work for Christmas. I'm gonna bite you for that. I just need to get these commissions out of the way. I love doing commissions, but I think it's time for something new for myself. A new dawn of a new era. Some odd stretching right here. Shoulders came out really well, though. As I said, if you want to collab, I'm down for that. I've been learning a lot about making products and, most importantly, marketing. Well, marketing is certainly something that I personally struggle with. So I'd be happy to pick your brain about that. Happy to collab just for the marketing alone. But we're getting some bullshit right here. Jeez. Kind of funny. Lastly, I need to release as many products as possible, as eventually I'll move out of my house. I'm kind of sick. My parents. Hey, understandable. Understandable. Parents are the worst. No, they're not the worst, but they can be. Certainly, getting your own space is the best. Okay, we're gonna go back to Blender. We're gonna go to the body low poly here. Or no, not the body. But the outfit. And we're gonna apply our data transfer. We're gonna apply it right now. Who said what I think? And not everyone has the same luck with parents. Some have toxic parents, some literally don't have them at all. It's definitely a gamble. It's not the right way to put it. But But that also means I need to get my commission work, whether I like it or not. Although cost of living here is not as bad as America, I did some math and I think I can live well with just 500 USD. However, no remaining money. 500 USD monthly, I mean. I think you could definitely do that with commission work. Bills, food, rent, everything in 500 USD. I think that's very doable. As long as you have stable internet, really. That's really the only main caveat. How'd it go with Warudo anyways? Was the last commission you messaged me about, did it go well? Was my advice helpful? It was. It definitely made it clear which directions I could go. I still had to go and make a custom export from Blender, unfortunately, simply because the VR chat version I've set up had separate outfits, and separate outfits with separate armatures. So I still needed to go back to Blender to create a version where they were all in one FBX file, including the body. But I do think that there are some. I mean, certainly, you saved me a lot of time by just pointing out what was available to me and what I'm able to do. That's really the name of the game. A lot of this work, saving time. I don't think the hand should influence anything. So you can do that using VRC Fury. You can make an editor test copy. So using VRC Fury armature link component, you can merge the armatures. This editor test copy you can transform into prefab, then dragging the files into its own folder with the prefab. You export that to Warudo. Yeah, if you're still combining them either way, if you're still doing some manual copying, whether that's VRC Fury or whether that's Blender, it seems to me that I would want, or my mindset is to have just very different export versions, because I want a lot of, I don't like doing editing work in Unity. So if I'm combining things and stuff like that, I felt that Blender was the right call to kind of bring all that stuff together. But I definitely understand why that would be so useful in Unity. But I do have someone, the client I was working with may need some assistance creating a VRM version. So perhaps I'll point them your direction if they My queue's kind of filled up right now, so I'll speak to them and potentially I may send them your way to help finalize that VTuber version. I may just send my VTuber work your way anyways, moving forward. This is a little strong. It's collapsing because of the influence here. Bulkier. Go the other way too. Gotcha, covered, Sam. Really, I'll help in any way, shape, or form I can. I've been learning more and more about Warudo. Most importantly, fix errors. The thing with avatars that cannot be edited from Unity is that some may lack blend shapes for VTubing, so Manus Software recycles the VRChat Viceam's blend shapes and uses them for the official ones that Warudo uses. So very cool, very cool. Oh yeah, and that was the other reason I had to go through Blender, was to rename the shape keys. So that was one of the other major reasons. But it sounds like you found a good solution yourself. I think in my mind it sounds like for you Unity is a little bit more comfortable to work in some ways. And then for me Blender is kind of my main comfort or most comfortable way for me to work. That looks pretty good. Go down to outfit 1 in our exporters collection, and we're going to update selected. The end of the day, what works for best for us is what we are going to prefer. Exactly. Oh, I'll have to send you this add-on I made. So I made in Blender a little add-on called this Rapid Update, which allows you to take a collection and combine it into one object. So this object here, outfit 1, combines the working version, the working collection. So it takes this whole collection, all the individual objects in it, and combines it to one object, including converting attributes from geometry nodes into vertex groups. So it saves me a lot of time because that way I can keep everything in the nice, the easiest way to work in for like individual pieces. Like this guy's got like some cabling on his stomach and stuff, like right here. And these are geometry node objects in the working version, and then I can combine it. But I'll have to send it to you because I'd be, I'll do that right now because I'd be interested to see if you find it useful. And where did I save it? Rapid update. So, sounds beautiful. In my workflow, I have multiple versions of the mesh, sometimes separated the mesh in smaller individual versions. So what I need, sometimes remerge all of it. So again, just using geometry nodes, but I see your add-on can do much more than just that. I would love to use just geonodes, but at the moment, the attributes get lost. So you kind of still have to end up doing it in a manual way. Oh, and then the other additional thing that's in that add-on is this shape key converter. Oh, so attributes are what geometry nodes uses. So there's vertex groups, which are like float values on the vertexes, but those aren't the same. But geometry node, they have a different format for those same values. So when you using geometry nodes and you put a float value or a vector value or something, on a vertex or face or edge, that's in an attribute. So if we look at like this, I don't know why I switched tabs. We look at this object and we go to the vertex data. We have vertex groups and then attributes here. So geometry nodes works in the attributes, whereas weight painting works in the vertex groups. And you can manually convert them from an attribute to a vertex group. I don't think you can go the other way though. Yeah, you can only go from attributes to vertex groups, which is interesting. But the issue is, if you take an object that has vertex groups, do some sort of geometry nodes processing to it, if you edit the mesh at all, those vertex groups become attributes. And that's really the main issue. So it's just like, there's like a trade-off there. There's a wall that you hit with working with geometry nodes, because they convert the vertex groups, but they don't convert them back to vertex groups. So you can't actually use them in a totally procedural way. But I did also create this option here, which allows you to, this is part of my add-on, the shape keys to attributes. So this takes all your shape keys, names them, gives them a little prefix, saves them to attributes, and then you can go back. So this allows you to apply modifiers on top of shape keys, because you can convert the shape key to an attribute, apply all your modifiers, and then convert the attributes back to shape keys. Super useful. And I'm going to incorporate that into my remesh at some point. Add that to my rapid update at some point. Should save you some time there. And at some point I'll probably try to sell that as soon as I can test it a bit more. All right. I would say just make sure to back up before you use my add-ons, because I'm sure there's some corner cases and issues I haven't encountered yet. So still work in progress. Yeah, so we just changed the weight painting. I can go here, update the armature. And then export. Oop, export. No. Arisa's Blender Tools. We'll put this in our 2025 resources folder. Thank you. I'll have to check it out. Mind trying it out. Want to make sure it works well for you. Let me go ahead. I just want to test the weight painting here really quick, and then I'll get it in. Make a backup, yeah. You just never know. Just never know. Okay, we're still getting some insane stretching there. It may just be the way the texture's baking, unfortunately. Go back. Make a backup copy. List. All right. Interesting. I did get a zip package incorrectly. Let's see. Maybe it just needs to be unzipped one more. Oops. Oops. Let me try that again. Zip package and correct. Screenshot that. Send that your way. So I think what we'll do on our outfit is we're actually going to swap this for... Hello, Griff. Welcome. The actual texture for the outfit. So that way we can see what's going on. What's going on? Can't see anything. They haven't tried out now. Let's go. Let's go. Ugh. Excuse me. Because my tools are meant to be modular, so I can easily add or remove tools from there. That way, if one tool breaks, it will not be game over for the whole add-on. There's an add-on to make add-ons, meta, that exists called Serpens. I've been looking at that a little bit. Not exactly sure. It's like I'm good. It might just be too much for what I'm doing, but could be something you find useful. It's still getting pulled up no matter what. Part of the arm of this arm. That's quite the stretch there. What I want you to try is the Asset Exporter. It's perhaps the tool I think is going to be the most useful for you, but make a backup of the FBX files in your project. So that's a tool I use for exporting my FBX files. I do have, I do use Auto Rig Pro for most of my exporting, but I will take a quick look. Go to select just this for now. Would be in the Oh, okay. So this is kind of a, I think we've had some similar thoughts on how to get things exported. So I can create an asset. Very cool, very useful. The path. When message name and S is going to be the name of the FBX. Remember this. And one thing I noticed, the models from GTA have their bones set up differently. Instead of being stretched along the body, they're like pointing out from the clothing item. I posted a picture for context. Uh, hard to know. Bones can look different in different programs. Uh, name of asset's going to be the name of the FBX. Gotcha, gotcha. I'm just going to say test for right now. Subfolder. Okay. That assigns the mesh data. Interesting. Or maybe that's just what you're... Okay, no, that's the object. Okay. That's pretty cool. So you can assign all of them. Yeah, I like your setup for the different collections here. It's very, very useful. Right now, I've just been using collections because we have the Blender has the exporters here. It's kind of similar. That's very cool though. To add objects or armatures, select them and use the plus button. Gotcha. So you can just do a general selection. I'll have to test that sometime. I'll probably leave it for right now, but sorry, one second. I only got a message here. Thank you for sharing, Ariso. It's always interesting to see. That's what I love about Blender, is that you can really make it your own. Like, what other software can you do that in? Maya, it's like Photoshop. They really want you to work in such specific ways. But coding is really, really the most powerful thing you can do for a digital worker. Learning some coding. Let's see how this works. This will be kind of straightforward, especially the merge armatures and remove unused bones one. How's this looking? That's still the old one. Okay. So getting some massive stretching there. Oh, I didn't update fish guy. I suppose what I'd want from this add-on is an option to update on exported. Getting exported would be nice. Merge armature is self-explanatory. Moves unused bones is when you have a mesh that is in a vertex group for a certain armature, so it removes those bones from the armature. Especially useful if you want to remove unused bones from a piece of clothing that doesn't use them all. Underwear armature that doesn't use finger bones. Gotcha, that makes sense. Oops. As for editing work, I can see that saving a shit ton of time. Okay, we need to update how this texture is being computed because this is crunchy right here. Very crunchy. Or we need to go the other way so the arm moves more. Less. Lastly, don't use the mirror shape keys, as that's the same as fixed mirror, except that is unfinished. Need to remove that tool one day. Gotcha. Well, thank you for sharing. I hope I get the feeling that it's good to see how other people use their add-ons, because it gives me more insight into what changes I would want to make for my my own. I suppose that's just the nature of this kind of work. Like, everyone has their own process. Okay, that looks a little better. It's still pretty crunchy. But that is the texture, because the... What's it looking like? Yeah, see, that zigzag there is actually in the texture. Collaboration is about exactly. Okay, so what we need to do is update our mesh here, the actual geometry. And I'm going to get rid of this, swap it back to the UV. Turn on our high poly. We've got some fixing to do. Yeah, that's exactly why it's getting weird right there. It's just too close together. I think we should actually edit the high poly. And we're just going to lower this. It's in an odd spot. Later on, I'll send you my Unity tools. Okay. I'll take my leave. I need to make my outfit compatible now with Pananda female base. Send me a message if you have any questions or any issue with my tools. Same to you. Same to you. Good luck with your work. Thanks for coming by, Arisa. And good luck with moving out. Wishing you well. Hoping to get some products myself soon, so we can start thinking about just doing some collabs and stuff. Yeah, we're gonna update the design a little here. Then message you plan on making products. I really want to collab with you. Thank you. Same to you. Same to you. A lot of exciting things happening in VR right now. Okay, hopefully that will bake a little bit nicer. Hopefully. Still kind of in an odd spot. We will export this collection. Go to Painter. Open the outfit. Okay, this is a good moment for me to just go to the restroom really quick. Be right back. Actually, I believe Griff, you sent me a message on Discord. Let's take a look at that. Or on my Discord. Gotcha. Yeah, so bones are super interesting when you import and export them. Basically, it's really hard to recover the initial direction and position and setup of a bone. Um, Oftentimes, because when you're in a game engine, you just get the origin and the direction. You don't necessarily get the end point, which is really important, or not necessarily really important, but what it usually looks like in Blender. Because if we look at some bones, you always know where the end is, but once it's in the game engine, you don't necessarily know where the end of a bone is, um, and so like importing it, it kind of has to guess. They have a lot of bones. Dang. And 2 bones here on the elbow. Interesting. One little bow tie. I'm amazed at how big the custom content that mods and stuff is getting for Grand Theft Auto. I mean, that's almost as big a community as VR chat itself. Actually, I don't know the numbers on that, but it seems like it. Okay. Exported the hot poly. Go back here to bake. Bake one more time. Yeah, looks like. Still getting some of these little. There. It is huge. It's insane. Maybe Grand Theft Auto will be the metaverse instead of VR chat. Oh, and then the other thing we need to include on our exports here, these ones need a triangulate. Actually, this should be on a should be on that. Woo! Good God. Wow. Oh, my eyes switching after that one. Actually, I guess this would just be Grim Unity Sport. And we don't need to keep these in separate collections. We will delete this folder for now. Form bounds visible. Thank you. I was hoping that would change this a bit more. It's still real crunchy. Yeah, see, it looks much better here. There's a discrepancy of some sort. Okay, when we exported just now, where did that go? VRC AVI FBX. Let's look at the material, wireframe. The outfit is not triangulated. Ah. Much better. Okay. Now the character's looking as crisp as possible in Unity. And let's see that bending on the arm. Still not what I want. But better? I mean, I don't like the little pull down. You know, that's not bad. That's not bad. We'll do a little bit more adjusting on the weights. Let's see how it goes. Okay. So cool, though. Cool. I'm gonna go to the restroom. I'll be right back. All right, we return. So, looking good. I think this is right where we want to be with the outfit at the moment. We can turn our attention to the next important step, which is the base rigging. So, how do I want to do? Excuse me. I think we have to do facial rigging on our final body here. It's a little tough. I could see a way to transfer these things properly, but now we will do our shape keys on this version. Yeah, it's not too bad, because as long as we're backing it up in an animation, that's the important part. Let me check some stuff really quick regarding the specifics of the commission. This one will specifically be made for VC face, and motion will include as well. Just do the facial rigging as it is. Let's turn off the... Oh, I don't need to turn off the outfit right now. Basically, this is the Unity export right now, built with AutoRig Pro in mind. I want AutoRig Pro in order to do bones. definitely going to recommend vneon over VC Face because you can use the same files and vneon's a little bit better. Level 11. Okay, VSF is what we're looking for sure. And there are so many VTuber solutions. It's actually kind of insane at this point. There's a little too many, I think. Okay, it's specifically looking for a VSF avatar, VC Face avatar. Woo! Excuse me. And I've been sneezing all day. what is left right now. Need to create BSF. Okay, if that's the case, then I'm going to look at high tools. Perfect. Yeah. We got a lot of work cut out for us. Let me go back to our character here and look at our arms. We've got these arms here, which we were going to create. We need to create is the low poly version that's going to sit on this. Why does that one look strange? We need to clean up our arms here. We're gonna do a few pieces. We'll probably do begin naming these. The arm, forearm, eye, edge. Filigree. Good. Hello, Jeannie. Welcome. How's your day going? We're renaming a bunch of stuff. Bless you. It's looping? It must be looping. Okay. Get to it. Now, arms high poly, arms low poly. So we'll start by first taking these, duplicating them, Alt B. Should rename them. Hello, Snardum. Welcome. Explore. So all the decals no longer have a naming convention, which is good. Work's going well. Work's going well. I'll show you what our state of progress right now. Boys looking good. Very good. That should work. Perfect. I'll take these, Alt D, send them to arms low poly. And from high to low. Low poly ones. We just want to turn down the subdivision count. A little bit more reasonable. Just get rid of it. I'm partial to leaving it on at 1. Just measure really quick to see. That's pretty dense. That's pretty dense. Subdivision there. Oh, oh, balls. That's no good. Should I lose? Okay, not that much. All right. Always. Scary moment. The low poly ones looking good. Back to the pull drawn. We're gonna duplicate this one. Set it to the low poly. Prevent selection here. Name. Solidify. One more. Level there with just fewer edges here. Something like that. Okay. Now, we retopologize. What's going to be the fastest way to do this? I think we select the boundary loop and move it in. We're also going to delete this half. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, so I think that the high poly piece here is missing a step. It breaks the, Ah, interesting. Let me just duplicate this then, get rid of this. Let's push this inwards. So we get some sort of like backing. This retopology would be the fastest way to do that. I think what we can do is duplicate this, flip the normals, and we'll do the same. Let's turn down the retopology view. We're fine. Yeah, we'll do. Beautiful. All right. Beautiful. Let's add a mirror to this on the y-axis. Beautiful. Closed that up nicely. Now let's give it a cut. I think we'll do right here. Or that. We'll start with something like this. And let's go ahead and adjust this so we can add. We have grim body, but we actually want to make this grim arms. Okay, I think that's good for now. Yeah, I think I would rather have. That should work well. A little different. Overall, it's going to keep all those details. These need geonode. Called set material. Set this to fluid. Okay, so this will be arm pauldron low poly. Take all these pieces, dump them in there. Now we can start looking at some other items. Like the upper arm. So two, okay. Got another 10 minutes, and then I'll be calling it for lunch. Start with these two pieces. And this one. Probably just be moved. No, I'm gonna take all of them, duplicate, and send them over to Arms Low Poly. I get the feeling we're gonna be retrofitting all of these. First things first, get rid of the bevel. I guess I can go one at a time. So we'll make a new arm upper low poly, and we'll take everything but this. Okay. Rid of the second mirror. Apply the first one. Topology. No need to update this one. Fill this one up. Up there. It's a little different. About there, I'd say. Fascinating. Start with that one. This is going to be interesting. Okay, let's take these two. These can basically be combined. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Oh. One second, y'all. Getting a call. back, everyone. We're just about to end the morning session for today. I have to pull myself away because the retopology can really always just suck me in. So we'll go ahead and end it right this second. Thank you all for hanging out. Hope everyone's having an amazing morning. Amazing. What's today? Thursday. When we get back, we're going to do kind of a shorter, actually I don't, we'll see how it goes. We'll do actually I'll probably this is actually going to be the only stream for today, because the rest of the work I have to do off stream, or it'll be a weird stream where it's just my webcam. Probably just my webcam, actually. It's going to be the easiest, best way for me to focus. Have a good one. Catch you later. Sounds good, Snarden. We'll see you later. And this week, I guess, at the very least, I'll stream a full day tomorrow. So see you then. Have a great day, everyone. Catch you later. Bye.